In 1941, the struggle of integration began where public places were integrated, including schools. By the end of 1957, 9 states in the District of Columbia had begun integration of their school systems. Like we've read in Melba Patillo Bill's Warriors Don't Cry, the most notable occurrence was Brown versus Board of Education in Topeka, Kansas. By 1961, another 5 states had integrated schools. Although integration of schools seemed like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for blacks, forced integration led to much violence. In 1964, Congress joined the Supreme Court in its efforts to assist desegregation by passing the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now we will have a brief interview about Roanoke Rapids High School starring Wanda Cooper.
My name is Wanda Jones Cooper. I was born on June the 15th, 1954. Um, I'm a retired school teacher from DC Public Schools. I was one of the first to integrate public schools in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
Hi, Ms. Cooper. I'm glad to have you here with me today. I just want to ask you a few questions about when you integrated Roanoke Rapids High School. Can you tell us where that was located?
Okay, the school is located it was Roanoke Rapids High School, located in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
How old were you when you integrated the school?
I was 13.
How did the process begin? Did you have to sign up to integrate? Were you forced to integrate?
I was forced to integrate. They wanted to integrate schools in 1969. I was forced by the federal government.
So would this be something that you wouldn't have liked to do?
I did not like it. I enjoyed the school that I was in. I was happy there. I loved it, and I did not want to leave.
What grade was this?
I was in the 7th grade.
So how did this affect your family when you integrated?
Oh, it was horrible. It affected the family because the experience was so bad that I started to have anxiety attacks. So that, really worried my mother and father. And it was not a good experience at all.
So when you integrated this school, did it affect your neighborhood, how your recent friends from old schools treated you?
No, because all of us had to attend the school because we all lived on the same side. They made most of us had to go.
About how many of you integrated?
It was maybe the school, first of all, the ratio. The school was maybe, we had about 600 students. And out of the 600, there were about 50 blacks that integrated the school.
When you integrated, the first couple of weeks maybe, or maybe the whole time, was there any type of security for you all?
Well, now remember, this was in 1969. We didn't have any security guards. We didn't have anything like that. No, there was no one to protect us. When we got there, names were called. They called us all kinds of names. Now, do you want me to go? I can tell you about a particular incident that was really bad. This was super bad. We were all at lunch. We were standing outside the auditorium. And all of a sudden, the whites decided that they didn't want us in their schools anymore. So what they did, they ran us away from the school. They had chains, they had sticks. I don't even know. I really don't know if they had guns. But all of a sudden, all of us started running. And we were running. I will never forget that. And they started running behind us with their knives, chains. I guess they had guns. We didn't know because we weren't looking. We were just running. We didn't look back. We were ducking behind trees, scrubbery, whatever. We were just running, trying to get away because we know if one of us had gotten caught, they probably would have beat us to. It was a railroad track. The blacks lived on one side of the railroad track. The whites lived on the other side. And we made it across that railroad track, and I was just happy. That was just one incident that I can really, really remember.
Okay, well, when you were in the school, how did the teachers treat you?
Oh, some of them were nice, and then some of them weren't so nice. Some of them made us feel like we were inferior, that we were dumb.
Did you eventually graduate from that school?
No, no. My parents moved away. They moved away because my parents were civil rights workers. They were one of the ones that were trying to make a change in that town. And so I was having anxiety attacks. And my parents, my dad taught school down there, and they were going to fire him anyway because my parents were civil rights workers. And my mom was a secretary at another school, and they were going to fire her. So what they did, they decided, since my brother and I weren't doing well emotionally there, and they were going to fire my parents from their jobs, and they were civil rights workers, they knew that they had to leave.
After integrating into school, did you feel encouraged to be like your parents and want to do anything else with civil rights movement?
A good example would be when DC had a march. When we went, I was part of that because I always knew that if my mom always taught me that in order to make a difference, you have to be a part of it, and you have to do what you can in order to change things. And I've always lived by that.
Do you think it affected your life for better or for worse?
I think it made me better. It really made me better. I knew that.
Well, is there anything that you gained that still has a lasting impression on you?
Realized that not all white people are like that. It was just that, it was that time. It was doing 69 when they were integrating schools and everything. It was new. Like anything else, when something is new, people fight it.
Your experience with integration, do you think it was a big change in history that you made?
Yes, because I made the way for other African Americans.
Is there any experience or overall view that you want to share about your experience with integration?
I think what I would like to share with younger people, with you, because you're young. What I would like to share with you is that that whatever cause that you are, whatever you are a cause, whatever it may be, stick with it. Don't give up.
Thank you. I'd like to thank you for your time.